watch along of Arsenal versus Brentford. Everyone's still buzzing from Tuesday night and the battering of Real Madrid. Wholesale changes have been made to the team, which I think is a bonus, as all our eggs should now be in the Champions League basket. Welcome, 18. Good to see you, mate. Welcome, Cam. Nice to see you. Tony will be along probably in about 10 to go to the team sheet. So we have David Raya in goal. I would have personally started Neto, not risking any type of injury to main players. Thomas Partey gets in at right back. Premier League start for Kieran Tierney. Then we have a midfield of Jorginho, Zinchenko and Rice, and a forward line of Waneri, Martinelli, Tim, Miles Lewis Skelly, Jack Henry Francis, under 21 captain, who I saw put in an impressive performance on Monday night. Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Mikel Merino. Yeah, Apollo is saying, poor Neto, he's getting the Eddie and Smith Rowe treatment. I would like just to see him start. I mean, listen, we've got a cat in hell's chance of winning the league, really. I mean, even if we win today and Liverpool happen, but I just would hate to see David Raya pick up a silly little injury when in a game that really and truly doesn't really mean anything. The importance is getting through against Real Madrid. Cam is saying a lot of our players are in likely their last legs in campaign. We're just trying to save them for future games. That's why next season you should have better depth. Yeah, Cam, 100%. We definitely need better depth next season. Massive mistakes were made in the summer and January transfer window. But maybe it was just waiting for this summer to go big and go bold. We hopefully we'll get the striker that we've been craving. Another one in the forward line, probably on the left wing, and a midfielder. And then hopefully we will keep. I mean, to be honest, if we're going to let 5 or 6 go, Partey, Jorginho, Zinchenko, Tierney, that's 4. So you need to kind of add some more bums on seats to replace them. So what's the predictions for today? I'm going for a 3-1 win to Arsenal with Trossard, Martinelli, Zinchenko scoring. Cam saying the league is gone, man. Come on. Plus, we're in no real danger of losing second place either. There is 9 points between us and 6th, securing Champions League revenue is an objective yet been achieved. You're right. There's always an outside chance as long as it's mathematically possible. But moving forward, being a Champions League basket, we never say never until the fat lady has started singing. And at the moment, she's just warming up. So I'm just watching the players warming up. The hero from Tuesday night. they're in about on the pitch. And there is his record appearances before Tuesday: 338 direct free kicks. He's taken 12, no goals. And on Tuesday, one appearance, two direct free kicks, two goals. And I've got to say, I don't personally think I've seen two better free kicks from him. I also think what's funny is that watching all the how shook they was by us, but really truly deep down they know how good we are. I think if we do win today, I think it will cement second. I don't think we'll be caught for second. That's another bonus. That obviously brings in a bit more cash in the league. Champions League earnings go up to 100 million euros, just over 100 million euros. Yeah, I agree there. 18. I think we will win today. I think it's a kind of like, as we have a saying in England, it's like after the Lord Mayor's show. So after Tuesday night, can the players get themselves on Tuesday? So looking forward to the game. I'm happy that he's made loads of changes. I would have liked to seen Saliba rested. As well, obviously no Ben White on the bench in mind if he's needed. But I think we've got enough to get past this Brentford team. The only worry is Partey at right back. I think he's one player that we really, him and Saliba are players that we really can't afford injuries to. So we'll see what happens. Kickoff is roughly about 15 minutes away, and we'll see what comes. Yeah, a draw would be decent. Cam, anything? Sorry, 18. Anything other than a loss is. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to go and get a drink. And I'm back in the room. Tony should be winging his way in shortly. Just over 13 minutes to kick off. Kieran Tierney get a Premier League start. I think he's been an excellent servant for the club. One talked about as a potential Arsenal captain before Mikel Arteta took over and brought in the inverted fullback system, which Tierney has tried to get his head around, but obviously the emergence of Miles Lewis-Skelly, midfielder by trade, has kind of put any kibosh to Tierney. And also Zinchenko he'd be losing both of them, I would imagine, in the summer. Tierney already has agreed to move back to Celtic, and I wish him well and all the best in his career. He's been the model professional. Declan Rice just practicing some free kicks and he's let one straight over the bar. Be interested to see if we get a free kick today. If he scored again, what a treat that would be. So Brentford's Premier League away record, they are ranked first with 15 points, 15 goals. First, Ozzy did 4, so ranked first. Plus 11, also ranked. Pushovers today. But like I say, even if we do end up losing, it's all about next week, Wednesday, for me. Just watching Brian Mbumo warming up for Brentford. Arsenal were heavily linked with him in the approaching the January transfer window. Will we go back and renew that interest? Welcome, Garfield the Cat, who is saying Brentford 10, Arsenal 0. If memory serves me correct, Garfield, you predicted Real Madrid 10, Arsenal 0 on Tuesday, and then you was nowhere to be seen at the final whistle. So I hope for the worst. The worst pundit of them all. 2 Declan Rice free kicks and a Mikel Moreno goal. You wasn't there, Garfield. Stop lying. You was missing. I actually called the police, International Rescue, Thunderbirds, and the Canadian Mounted Police to search for you. and you was nowhere to be seen, mate. They raided your place in Montenegro, and again, you was nowhere to be found. Just because your main man and Nana had a really, really good game on the Thursday, didn't he? And that Europa League is so poor. The teams that are left in that Europa League it's so poor. You know, I had a good look at Nico Williams Jr. on Thursday against Rangers, and I'm sorry to say, for me, he's not going to be the guy. You know, obviously, from what we've heard, negotiations have been halted as he's demanding an astronomical amount of money to come and play. For me, if they want to come and play, they want to come and play because it's Arsenal, not because of how much we're paying them. So we'll send him to Man United, where they will pay him £500,000 a week, and he will have Andre Onana in his goal. So just under 7 minutes to kick off. Hopefully the Emirates will be jumping. Tony here any moment. Myself, Mr. Cox. And we all want to know, the question we want to know from Tony is, did he send his wages to Declan Rice? Because as you remember on Tuesday, he said if Declan Rice scores the second free kick, he will give him his wages. We must start donating to pay his wages this month, as we'll be adding his wages at Arsenal. Cam is saying, big up Garfield, Arsenal's number one fan. Yeah, we all know Garfield's in the closet. He's a closet gooner, pretends to be a mank, but he's a closet gooner. And he spends more time on Arsenal 101 than most Arsenal fans. Just admit the truth, Garfield. Admit what we all know. About Onana. You need a Goldie, bro. Come over to the dark side of North London. I don't know if anyone caught the article that was written on social media. I think it was from a Real Madrid fan saying about our satanic style of defending. I don't think other teams realise how we defend as a complete unit. From front to back, we just defend different. Cam is saying Party Rice was the reason we won the game. You would think they would be rested for this. Love me some Garfield. Everyone loves Garfield. The cat. I'm not sure about Garfield Patterson, but everyone loves Garfield the cat. Garfield saying, yes, Cam. Pray for Wednesday. Banana. Where is Apollo? Onana dropped for tomorrow. And Garfield also says Rice on form. Rice on form, you good. If not, you won't. Good afternoon, Emerson. Great to see you in the chat, my friend. Hope all is well with you. And Garfield, you keep saying that you was born before the cat, but we have no proof, and you've never been seen in the same room together. So forgive me if we don't take your word for it. Can be saying more worrying. He starts Saliba. If he goes down, we are going out against Real. This is Arteta. You guys live in dreamland if you think he will ever change. He's still rotating, but it's not enough. Yeah, Cam, I have similar concerns about Saliba. I would have loved to seen him rested for this game. But Arteta has played both him and Kivior. Obviously, if one of them picks up an injury, we are in a bit of trouble defensively. Obviously, Big Gabby out for the rest of the season. White is struggling with another knock that he's picked up or a reaction to coming back from his injury previously. So if one of them was to pick up an injury today, it would mean a major reshuffle come Wednesday. Apollo saying, what's good, guys? Apollo's not so well today. He's missing this one and he sold his ticket for the match. We wish you a speedy recovery, my friend. And just take it easy, bro. We've got you. Emerson saying the teams are out. And kickoff is imminent. So earlier results today, Nottingham Forest got beat by Everton 1-0. Southampton went down 3-0 at Aston Villa. Brighton Leicester finished 2-2. And Man City came from 2-0 down to win 5-2 against Crystal Palace. Yeah, Cam is saying, look after yourself, Apollo. Garfield, Apollo needs some R&R in Montenegro. Apollo has a 6 p.m. appointment for some treatment. So I hope that all goes well, Apollo, and gets you back on track. Oh, Apollo's attending the Qatar Grand Prix with his wife in November. Enjoy that. Tony is imminent, and here he is.
I'm not even home, guys. But what I'll do is I'll catch up with you when I get in. But enjoy the game, guys.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Where you at? Where you at? That looks rather plush behind you. Where are you?
I'm just in a food restaurant. What's this restaurant called? What's it called? Taste of
I don't
Ochi.
even know what the
If
restaurant's
you're
called.
in Thornheath, come to this restaurant, Taste of Ochi.
Right. Nice. It looks plush. We'll see you soon, Mr. Cox. All right. So predictions on the board. I'm going 3-1 Arsenal. Garfield, not the cat, is going for a Desmond 2-2. Cam is saying you don't throw the league after leg one in the quarter final. Would make sense if it was the second leg of the semi or the final, but in the quarters, you're having a laugh. We've rotated as if the league is over. I disagree with you, Cam. I think the important thing is getting past Real Madrid on Wednesday, and the players that he's rested, I would have liked to seen Saliba added to that list. And Thomas Partey as well, to be honest. You know, and David Raya. I mean, if we lose David Raya, then we've got to rely on Neto or one of the young kids who have played 0 minutes this season. And that, for me, would be a catastrophe. So let's hope we can get through injury-free. Cam is also going for a Desmond 2-2. Emerson saying 3-2 to Arsenal. 18 is going 2-1 Arsenal. What song? Garfield's asking, what song are they singing? You know this song, Garfield. It's constantly on play in your kitchen, mate. It's North London Forever. Yes, Cam is saying it's The Angel or North London Forever. It is a song by English songwriter Lewis Dunford, who is the son of Linda Robson, who's an English actress. Just in case you guys didn't know. So the game is underway. Brentford have got us underway. And Brentford love to score an early goal. And they put it out of play right down by the Arsenal corner flag. Garfield saying that North London Forever, that's a Spurs song and we stole it. Can be saying Dunford released the song as a tribute to his hometown of Islington. Yeah, that's where I've actually seen his mum, where they live. So I know that to be correct, Cam. Yeah, you're right. Linda was crying in the crowd when a Sun song play out at the Emirates before a match last year. Spot on, Cam. So we have Trossard through the middle. Martinelli out on the left. And Wanyeri on the right. So free kick to Brentford, 10 yards inside their own half. Flecken sends it long. It's over everyone. It's out. What's David Raya? Oh, so David Raya is obviously wearing a different colour kit than he normally would. Normally he'd be all in yellow. But today he has black shorts and black socks with the goalkeeper stop. Why would he not be wearing the kit? Can be saying we have the best fans, the best kits, the best girl support, best songs, and the biggest social media presence, as Apollo showed last week. 18, yeah, that's saying that. That surprised me how big Arsenal's social media following is. Apollo is saying, yeah, we've rotated a lot. Saka, Oda, Timber, MLS all on the bench. Crazy. We haven't lost in the last 18 games. Kivior has started. It seems strange that Brentford are playing in black top, black shorts, yellow socks, but David Raya is wearing a yellow top, black shorts, black socks. So 18 is saying we also have the biggest following in Asia and Africa too, plus the fan base with the biggest beep. So free kick to Arsenal. Raya will knock it long. And that's easy for the Brentford centre-backs against the little midget that is Leandro Trossard. Jorginho is just too slow, man. Bad touch on Martinelli there. And Brentford have it back. Garfield, he had to change socks as it clashes with Arsenal's. You mean it clashes with Brentford's? But surely his black shorts clash with Brentford, no? Or are people just looking at socks now? Cam is saying our girls are the best. We have Beyonce, Rihanna, and Anne Hathaway. AC says all the teams up north don't have black girls following them, only Arsenal, bruv. Garfield saying Real Madrid generally holds the title for having the biggest football fan base globally. They're estimated to have over 400 million fans worldwide, following closely FC Barcelona and Man United. Yeah, right. He's not talking about actual fans. He's talking about social media fan base. So that's like things like Arsenal 101 and stuff like that. That's what we're talking about, Garfield, not actual fan base. So yes, Real Madrid may have, and Man United may have so many fans worldwide, but the actual social media stuff that clubs do. And here come Brentford on the attack. Arsenal snuff it out. It's with Mbumo. And Thomas Partey heads clear. Well done, Kivior, with a nice little header back to thing. Oh, and Raya almost set through Gabriel Martinelli. Cam is saying, yeah, Arsenal are the biggest YouTube streamers. We started the whole game with AFTV. Apollo saying, Kivior walking around with a new aura, it seems. Yeah, like I said, it, and there's been a couple of articles about it since Tuesday. It's all about how you how you get your game time, and then your confidence comes from that. So when you're coming in and you haven't played any minutes, it becomes important just to get your rhythm. And this is another thing that I know the rotation has been somewhat better, but it also has to just improve a little bit more because our fringe players need the minutes. So when they are called upon, they are more ready to come in. Apollo also saying we can't put a young right back without any experience in the Premier League. He'll give Party 60 minutes, then bring on Timber for the rest of the game. It's frustrating why White not fit. I think White picked up a knock in training. Here come Arsenal. Oh, well, yeah, he had a shooting opportunity there, but the shot was blocked. Yeah, and it's a corner to Arsenal. Good move down the left hand side. Flecken out quickly to smother Martinelli's cross. Martinelli, if he gets his head up there, he can slide that inside the post. Shoot, man. Oh, come on. So Garth was saying Man United hold the record for the highest social media following among English football clubs, boasting a combined total of 214 million followers across major platforms. Eighteen saying shame it's to no avail. Garfield's agreeing with him. And 18 saying never in my wildest dreams thought I'd see Man United in 13th place. How awful. Yeah, I agree with that. Apollo saying set pieces will likely be a theme in this game. Brentford have the record for conceding the least amount from set pieces, and Arsenal are ranked second with 13 goals from set pieces. Here come Brentford, long ball, and that's straight through to David Raya. Garfield's going to sort out his dinner. We'll see you soon, Garfield. Cam is saying, I honestly see a very long road back for Man United in the future, but good news as we need them taking on Man City and Liverpool. I just think the Premier League as a whole is getting stronger, Cam. So teams now know that the money's flooding in, so the teams have more money to bring in players and pay wages, which is only a good thing for the league. So we'll see what the future holds. And it's corner Brentford. Yeah, Apollo, that was someone. This is a problem with us. We saw it on Tuesday where Saka put in some good balls and there's no one attacking. We've seen it once already today when Partey heads across goal and there's absolutely no one there for a little tap-in. It's something that Arsenal need to address, and hopefully we can sign this striker we've all been craving. So corner to Brentford, 13 minutes played. Why is Zinchenko stooping that low to head? Surely you can volley that away, no? And good header back by Thomas Partey. Oh, Martinelli. Shocking Martinelli. Good defending from Mabumo, but Martinelli there, he just never had the ball under control. Cam is saying, win this, win at Anfield, and it's only 5 points. Title well and truly alive. We play our best team every game. Garfield is praying that we catch Liverpool. Saliba, man. Every time Saliba running, I'm just praying that he just don't pull up. Come Arsenal again, well played. But I mean, we're on the edge of their box with Wanyeri. Who's he going to cross to? There was no one in the middle at all. Kai Havertz in the stands. Still our top scorer this season with 15 goals. And had he not been injured, I believe he would have hit the 20 goal mark, as does Apollo. So opening 15 minutes, not really much to talk about. The wholesale changes Arteta has made, perhaps not helping us, and good defending there from Kivior. Well played, Thomas Partey. Takes the ball in his chest, lobs it over a Brentford player's head, and then calmly finds Jorginho. With Rice to Tierney. Tierney back to Rice with a big switch to Wanyeri, who nods it back to Partey. And Arsenal just retain possession. No press from Brentford. Garfield said Eddie Howe was admitted to hospital on Friday evening with an undisclosed illness and will miss Sunday's clash with Man United. Here come Arsenal again. Oh, why, Martinelli, you're on your. I mean, Martinelli gets played the ball there. His body position's all wrong. Martinelli's either brilliant or brilliantly tragic. There's no in between with him. Cam saying that Murray hasn't had a good performance for a while. I think it's always difficult when you're that young and you're a forward. I think it's a bit different. Obviously, we see Miles Lewis Skelly, they're the same age, but it's I think it's a little bit different when you're a defender. Oh, lovely pass through the thing from Kivior. Take a shot, man. What are we doing? Well done, Saliba. Well played, Arsenal. Yeah, I think it's just been both teams cancelling each other out in the opening 18 and a half minutes. Arsenal have had a couple of little chances that we failed to take. Saliba stepping in well, driving to the edge of the box. He plays in Thomas Partey. Partey crosses, and again, Martinelli is nowhere to be seen at that far post. You know, if he's inside, if he's making a run inside the defender there, I mean, when Partey is about to cross that ball, how is Martinelli so far outside the far post? So corner to Arsenal. I'd like to see Kieran Tierney get a goal. So Waneri will swing in the corner from the left, and it's short to Zinchenko, to Jorginho, to Martinelli, back to Zinchenko, and Arsenal fluffing about with it, and Brentford can break. AT saying, is that the crypto dog in the background? What is the crypto dog? Don't know who this is. Apollo saying, yeah, you can see how this Brentford team has been so successful on the road lately. Yeah, they're ranked number one in most, if not all, aspects of playing away. Kyrgios slides in there to stop, and Brumo breaking straight through the middle. Oh, so Apollo is saying Superman's dog name is Crypto Dog. And the ball played over the top. Here come Brentford, and they're through. Great save, David Raya with his legs to stop Brentford going 1-0 up. Poor effort, really, from the Brentford point of view, and it's a comfortable save from David Raya. But that was the Brentford centre back that was bursting through on the right of Arsenal's penalty area. So Brentford now with the long throw, and Thomas Partey heads out, and Martinelli completes the clearance. Lovely touch by Trossard. And it's back with the Brentford goalkeeper. Arsenal corner there, and it's headed wide. Maybe we should have done a little bit better there. So Wanyeri will take another corner from the left this time. So Wanyeri will swing the corner in this time. And it's scrambled clear by Brentford. Who's that in the box? Is that Kieran Tierney? I think he's down. And surely that's a foul. Surely that's a penalty. Kieran Tierney trying to get the run for the ball when he's dragged to the ground and half punched in the head by the Brentford defender. But it's another corner. So Wanyeri will swing it in again. Ball comes in and it's flicked away. Declan Rice will recover to Jorginho, to Saliba. And it's in net. It's Kieran Tierney. It was a lovely cross from Wanyeri, and Tierney flicks the ball into the net, but there is a VAR check for a possible offside. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's offside. Lovely flicked header finish. Tierney a good yard offside there, so the goal will be chalked off. Shame for Kieran Tierney there. Would love to see him score one last goal in Arsenal colours. So can be saying Kiwior is a good centre-back. He just needs more game time to stay in form. I don't think we can find a better squad. CB willing to stay warm in the bench and not commit to some mistakes because no match form. Totally agree, Cam. And I say this is an area where, as a manager, you really have to get it. You really have to get it right. That's a foul, ref. That is a dirty foul. Martinelli is on the floor in pain. Let's have a look at that again. And that's around his knee. It's around his knee. Oh, scissored. He literally scissored both of his legs around the knee. You can't even say that's not a foul. You're lucky that's not a red card, mate. So Cam is also saying, have seen plenty of times this season where I make a quick pass out on the break and it amounts to nothing. Martinelli just ends up running into defenders. Gyökeres could probably help. The problem with Martinelli, Cam, is that he runs with his head down. He runs with his head down, as we've seen already in this game, when he has a cross that is taken out by the goalkeeper. If he has his head up and he's looking, there's an opportunity for him to slide that into the net as the keeper is 5 yards off of his line. So approaching the half-hour mark, Arsenal have had a goal chalked off rightly for offside. Raya has made one save. It's pretty much both teams cancelling each other out. But here come Brentford. Well done, well defended, Kieran Tierney. Excellent defending from Tierney. He's always been a solid player, solid in defence. So Brentford corner. Yeah, so the corner comes to nothing and it's a goal kick. Guys, I said to Apollo on Monday when we was watching under 21s that I'm not cutting my beard, or shaving my beard, should I say, until we're out of this season's Champions League. So hopefully by the final, I will have it down to the floor. And we'll see how that goes. Here comes Arsenal with Martinelli. He takes his player on, the crosses to the far post and it's overhit. And Thomas Partey retrieves it on the right-hand side. Garfield is saying, I look like the Taliban. Thanks a lot, Garfield, for that. Really appreciate that. It's the Champions League beard, mate. When we win it, I'll shave it off. So another corner to Arsenal. Ranieri will take it. And it's short this time to Martinelli. Well, again, there's just nobody getting across. Zinchenko retrieves. Oh, that's a corner. But then when Yeri gets to the line, he pulls it back and there's not one Arsenal player in the vicinity of where he pulls the ball back to. And it was a poor shot from Zinchenko and Lecken pushes it wide even though I think it was going into the side netting. So Arsenal's sixth corner of the game. It's played short again. And the 1-2 he played with Ranieri was offside. So Brentford free kick. Saliba, why don't you just head it back, Saliba? Great strength, but why do you just not head it back? And Saliba goes running. And that has to be a free, it has to be a yellow card. Thank you, ref. Poor cross from Trossard. I think sometimes after you have these kind of results we did against Madrid, it's so hard to get yourself up for the next game. Good header in from Tierney there. Oh, Martinelli. Lovely ball through to Martinelli. He takes the touch and the finish. I think he just hesitated a little bit too much. Lovely ball from Saliba. The touch was great, and it was a slight hesitation after he took the touch. And that allowed the Brentford defender to get the block in. Half a second quicker there, he's got a free strike at goal. So 10 minutes of this first half remaining, and I have to say Arsenal are in the ascendancy. We've had a goal disallowed. We've had a couple of other really good chances that we haven't been able to take. Yeah, you're actually right there, Garfield. Garfield is saying it's games like this that you have drew or lost why you don't win the league. New striker, your title next year. Yeah, I think that will be hopefully the case. I think what it is more than anything, Garfield, it's just like the way that you play. I mean, we've seen a couple of times already in this game when players have got in good crossing positions and there's just nobody making that run across the defender. Hopefully, if we get the main strike target, that won't happen as much. Oliver Giroud used to make a fine living out of getting across that first defender and getting these little flicks and stuff at the near post. Lovely ball from Zinchenko to Kieran Tierney. And Tierney muffs the cross. Saliba was just trotting back from up top. Yeah, it was. Brentford have it just inside the Arsenal halfway inside the Arsenal half, and it's a poor ball. And it's back with Raya, who fluffs his clearance. And Partey tidies up nicely, and it's back with David Raya. Lovely ball. And Declan Rice, who's been fairly non-existent in this game so far. Well played, Kivior. You can literally see with every time Kivior gets the ball, the confidence is coming back into his game. Or cross from Tierney there, which is unusual for him. He's normally such a good crosser of the ball. Nice from Campbell there out to Kieran Tierney. Into Trossard. Declan Rice surges into the box. Oh, and it's saved by Flecken, and it's a corner to Arsenal. Well played, Declan Rice, a surge into the box, a step over, a good shot. I don't think it was going in. It was going across the goal, but Flecken got a good hand on it. And Martinelli gets tackled as he's trying to do some Brazilian stuff by the goalpost. So Arsenal's 8th corner of the game. Oh, and it's right under the bar, and Flecken punches it out for another corner. Declan Rice trying to score direct from a corner now. So Wanyeri will try from the left this time. And Trossard has a free header outside the near post 6-yard line, and he heads it well wide. Good chance there to get something on target. He just got too much on it. Andrea Berta in the crowd there. Wonder what he makes of it all. He doesn't look particularly happy with what he's seeing. Flecken sends it long. Great header from Saliba. Tidied up by Jorginho to Partey. To Jorginho to Partey. And Partey gets assassinated in the middle of that. Ref, there's no. And the free kick is pulled back for the free kick. There was no advantage there to Arsenal. And Arsenal play around the Brentford press with ease. Zinchenko out to Martinelli, who can't get past his man. So Arsenal have it. Dying embers of the first half. Jorginho with Trossard to Saliba. Plays it back into Trossard, who thinks about shooting, goes on his left foot and brings a good save from Flecken. And it's a corner to Arsenal. So well played there from Trossard. He faked a shoot on the right, cut back in onto his left, fired a good shot that almost hit a pigeon. I wonder if it hit the pigeon and diverted in. That would have been the first time that's ever happened in a game, do you think, in the Premier League? Good save from Flecken there. And Arsenal have a corner, which Zinchenko will take this time. And it's played into Trossard. back to Martinelli. I don't get what Arsenal are trying to do from these corners. Another one wasted. And it's back with Declan Rice. Back to Zinchenko. And it's a throw to Brentford. Totally wasted an opportunity to put it in the box there. Obviously, Nicola Jovert, set piece mastermind, has come up with some new plans, but clearly not working so far. So 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half, which looks like it's going to be 0-0. And Brentford knock it long, and it's straight through to David Raya. He must have got a shout. Kivior must have got a shout from Raya there because he just totally pulled out of the ball. Rice surging through the midfield, and it's unfortunately cut out by Kevin Sade. And the press was good on Flecken. Well nicked by Jorginho there. And Arsenal, can they mount one last attack? It's with Kieran Tierney to Martinelli to Jorginho. Roughly 30 seconds left. Saliba goes on a little dazzling run, and the shot from Trossard is through to Flecken. So Arsenal have had 15 touches in the Brentford box compared to Brentford's 9 in Arsenal's box. And that is half time, guys. It's 11 at the break, 0-0. Fairly uneventful first half. Where Arsenal had one goal chalked off for Tierney being a good yard offside. All in all, it's been mainly Arsenal. Arsenal have had 2 shots on target, 2 shots off target. Noticeable that there has been 4 blocked shots. Arsenal had 60% possession, 10 corner kicks to Brentford's 2, 3 offsides to Brentford's none. Arsenal have committed 3 fouls to Brentford's 4. So all in all, a fairly dominant performance, first half performance from Arsenal. Unfortunately, there was no goal to show for it. I'd say the main thing from my point of view is that we get through this game with no injuries and we can push on next week, Wednesday, in the Champions League. We're a game and a half away from the Champions League final. So a decent first half for Arsenal. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a goal. The one that we scored was offside. Brentford get a lot of bodies in the box, so they're very adept at blocking efforts on goal. I think there was a moment where Martinelli could have perhaps reacted half a second quicker when he was played through with a brilliant ball from Saliba. And the slight moment of hesitation allowed the Brentford defender to get across and block. But all in all, considering the rotation that we had, it was a very, very good first half. Just the end product lacking. So if it was to stay like this, Arsenal would be 6 points clear of Nottingham Forest with 6 games to play. 8 clear of Man City and 9 clear of Aston Villa in 5th. And we would be 10 points behind Liverpool, who play West Ham tomorrow. A win today would surely add a tiny bit of pressure to Liverpool with West Ham going to Anfield. But West Ham are one of these teams where you never know what you're going to get. So if we could cut it to 8 points, and Liverpool were to lose tomorrow to West Ham, it's an opportunity to keep fighting for the title. Obviously, Arsenal having to go to Anfield ourselves pretty soon. Where it would have to be a must-win game for us to stand any chance. So just watching some highlights from the first half, and again, Arsenal had a couple of opportunities, but it's no one just gets across that defender, and it makes the defending easy because they have no players running across them. When Yeri gets to the byline there, he pulls the ball back, and it's just, I mean, watching even from the shot from Zinchenko, there was 6 Brentford defenders and 1 Arsenal player. And that's the opportunity for Martinelli. That's where he's got to hit it. He waits for it to come down from the bounce, and that allows the defender to get across. Declan Rice's opportunity. Here's Trossard's opportunity. Great change of feet, and a good save from Flecken. So Arsenal have had the chances. It's not that we haven't created anything. We've just been sorely missing that end product today. And hopefully that will change in the summer with Andrea Berta now installed as the new sporting director. A man that likes to get things done, as we've seen from his time at Atletico Madrid, with some big name signings. So let's hope he can work the same kind of magic at Arsenal. And as Arsenal fans, we're expecting a massive, massive summer. Time to get rid of a few players that don't quite cut the mustard anymore. We already know that Jorginho is returning to Brazil. Kieran Tierney is returning to Celtic in Scotland. Thomas Partey also looks to be on his way out of the club, which I think is a major, major mistake. You know, guys like Zinchenko, Raheem Sterling. Sterling will be on his way 100%. Zinchenko also looks to be on his way. So that's 5 players out of the squad. So it's going to be a big, big summer for Arsenal. There's no doubt about that. Players coming in, players leaving. But one thing we can't do is leave ourselves short like we've done this season. So it's exciting times ahead. Yeah, the reason you couldn't hear me, Garfield, because I was talking to my kids. So, Garfield, what's your thoughts on Man United this summer? Who do you think stays? Who do you think comes in? So, second half is almost upon us. Can Arsenal find a goal from somewhere? Take the victory today. And add just a little bit more pressure to Liverpool. A win today would make Arsenal 8 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool have some tricky games coming up. West Ham, Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal. So a win today would just keep us in the hunt. So Garfield reckons the lap is coming. I guess you're talking about Liam Delap, the what's his name striker, Ipswich Town striker. And he's also saying they have no pull unless we go unbeaten in the Europa League. So are you saying that Man United as a club have no pull anymore, Garfield? Is that an admittance of how far they've fallen? What do you think of Amarim and the actual building job that he has to do? Yeah, so that Liam Delap looks a bit of a handful, but he's very raw, still very young. But I think he could be one of them guys. If you put him in a decent team and give him the opportunities, I think he will. I think he will score goals. Garfield, my son is saying that Liam Delap is Man City born and bred, and there's no way that he's signing for United. Yeah, I think a lot of people, it takes a lot of people by surprise. They don't realise what the Premier League's all about. And when you come from a league like the Portuguese league, where it's basically okay-ish, and you step into the Premier League, and every game is a battle. Every game you have the opportunity to lose. It's a big step up. Jackson Garfield saying that you need educating. He chuckled, Garfield. He chuckled at you. So the second half is a couple of minutes away. It's Arsenal 0, Brentford 0. The players re-emerge. Can't see any changes. No changes for Arsenal. It's as we were. Or Mika Marino looks like he's getting ready. He's got some funky tape on them shin pads, man. What the hell is that? Raheem Sterling knows he's not getting on today. I would have actually put Sterling on at half time and given Martinelli a rest. Now might as well be in his suit because he's never getting on the pitch. He's like the keeper that Arsenal signed that has never played not 1 second this season. Has he played in any games? Oh, yeah. Yeah, correct me there. He played against Girona and was lucky not to get sent off when he tried to save a shot 3 mile outside his area. Yeah, it's not so much about that, Garfield. It's more a case of resting the players with bigger fish to fry coming down the road. Obviously, you won't know about that situation, would you? I mean, that Europa League is so poor. The teams that are in it are absolutely shocking. Yeah, 18. The game is not great. I think a goal will liven it up. Hopefully, the goal goes to us and not Brentford. And here come Arsenal with Martinelli. Lovely cross into the box. And Wanyeri coming in at the far post, can't make a connection with it. I think he should have gone with his right foot there, not his left. And then we see it again. Lovely ball floated to the back post. Wanyeri coming round and he tries to flick the left at it. And surely the right was a better option there, just to cushion it back across the goal. it could be something like that. Garfield, to be honest, but I say at this stage of the season, don't get me wrong. If we was closer to Liverpool, I think it would have been a different story today. But with that 11-point gap, we've done more than enough to have the lead in this game. And go on, Zinchenko, finish. Oh, you're so slow, Zinchenko. Look like the man was running in mud. What? Has he not even got to that ball? So it was the long pass from David Raya. Zinchenko was clean through. He hesitated slightly, and then when he started running, he looked like man was playing walking football. Arsenal setting up camp in the Brentford half. Knocking it about well. Trossard has dropped deep. And there's absolutely no press from Brentford. Their game is to sit in and just fill space, not allowing Arsenal to pass through the lines. Kiwior out to Kieran Tierney. Back to Kiwior. Lovely ball from Kiwior there to Kieran Tierney. And Arsenal playing it around well, but there's got to be a bit of penetration at the end of this. The Arsenal at the moment playing with no striker. And we have Saliba out to Ranieri. And Zinchenko tackles Ranieri. And Partey, ball played into Partey. And it's a corner to Arsenal. Yeah, it's definitely doable, Garfield. It's definitely doable. Poor cross from Ranieri there. It's just unfortunate when you have to rely on the other team losing games, So Flecken sends the free kick long. And Boomer with the cross in the box. Kiwior was pulled to the ground there. And Declan Rice is able to clear the ball. And it will be a long throw from Brentford. No, it's thrown backwards to Lewis Potter, who crosses deep into the box, and it's headed up and over the bar for a corner to Brentford. was Thomas Partey who got the header to clear the ball. So down the guard to take the corner. Played short. The cross eventually comes in, and that's easy for David Raya there. And he's been buffeted there by Johan Visser. And Brentford have it back. Lewis Potter slams it long. Good header from Kivior. And Arsenal comfortable in possession. Saliba strides into the Brentford half. Lovely ball through to Martinelli. His first touch was good. We couldn't get the shot away. And Ranieri, unlucky from Ranieri. Dribbled in from his wing, beat two. Just couldn't find the pass out to Kieran Tierney. Or Trossard, I think it was actually. But Arsenal come again. Again, no pressure from Brentford. They sit in with 5 across the back. Four across the middle. Every man back behind the ball. Can Arsenal find a way to break this down? Oh, and Arsenal give it away there. Sloppy from Saliba. Garfield says should have gone down in the box. Who's that, Garfield? You may be ahead of me. So Brentford have possession just inside the Arsenal half. And well played, Kieran Tierney shepherded it back to David Raya. Raya just drops the ball at his feet. Brentford not interested in coming to press him. And Raya sends it long this time. And Declan Rice is being held all over the gaff. And Ranieri busted off the ball there. Virginia, what are you doing? Great throw from Kieran Tierney. And that's a foul on Martinelli, who's holding his right shin. Let's have a look. Yeah, definite free kick. Declan Rice would take it. Can Rice produce? And it's short to Zinchenko, changing angle, and it's a poor cross. What we're doing, Wanyeri with a total muffed header. And lucky Zinchenko was there to mop up. Raya again sends it long to Kirior with a good header. Kirior and Arsenal have a throw, which Martinelli takes. Martinelli, well, he drove to the edge of the box and he tried to play it square, and it's easily cut out by the Brentford. Well played up Arsenal there. It's with Martinelli back to Kirior. And Saliba out to Trossard. Zinchenko rather. Zinchenko trying to play a ball in there that was never on. And Brentford can break. Great sprint from Kirior to get back. And it's Kieran Tierney who stops Mbumo from going through to have a shot at David Raya. And it's a Brentford corner. It's a Brentford corner. Garfield saying that this action was 10 hours ago. Yeah, well, I'm watching it behind everyone else, Garfield. So, y'all may be ahead of me. I can see in the chat what's happened. But obviously, I talk from what I'm watching. So, Mbumo with the corner. And a lovely catch from David Raya off the head of the Brentford player. And he rolls it out quick to Declan Rice. An Arsenal break with Rice and Thomas Partey. Looks like he's running, but he's not really running. And it's 1-0 Arsenal. Thomas Partey bursting from right back, and he's on the end of Declan Rice's pass, and he smashes it into the net, giving the Brentford keeper no chance whatsoever. But a lovely take and quick throw from David Raya, releasing Rice, and Rice strode down the pitch. And Thomas Partey looked like he was at full speed, but looked like he was walking at the same time, which was the weirdest thing. And see the goal again. Lovely throw out from Raya. Rice driving to the edge of the box, plays in Thomas Partey, and a first time finish. Flecken had no chance whatsoever. And Rice looking left and right. Lovely ball to Thomas Partey, which means he can strike it first time. And Flecken had no chance whatsoever. The first time shot was above his head and into the net. And Arsenal 1-0 up. So Arsenal substitution, we have Martin Odegaard replacing Zinchenko. We have Miles Lewis-Skelly replacing Kieran Tierney. And Wanyeri being replaced by number 7, our star boy, Bukayo Saka. So Arsenal 1-0 to the good. the lead to Liverpool is cut to 8 points if the scores stay the same. And it was an excellent breakaway goal, something that you don't really see Arsenal do that often. Garfield saying, I'm 10 hours behind. Well, I'm actually something like 1 minute behind the actual game. So, yeah, 18 saying Rice strides forward, must have covered around 80 yards. But does he have the composure and rate of pass? That is a brilliant goal. So 18 saying still chasing Liverpool for the title, Arsenal on for the double. Rice's corner is played in and it's flicked at the near post by Kivior. And it was a brilliant take from David Raya. Good throw out to Declan Rice. He steps inside Dam's guard and he runs a full 60 yards with the ball. And the weight of pass was perfect for Thomas Partey just to strike it first time into the net. The Emirates erupts. Raya takes his applause from Inaki and Elbert headphones. Yes, 18, 100%. That was all about David Raya. It wasn't so much the quick release. It was the claim followed by the quick release, which made the goal or made the breakaway possible. Then it's all about Declan Rice. Can he pick the pass? Can he pick the right pass? Can he pick the right weight of pass? And then can Thomas Partey finish? And they got it all spot on. Well played, Saliba. I'll be back in 2 secs, guys. So still Arsenal 1, Brentford 0. Here come Brentford though. Arsenal all back behind the ball. Good defensive shape. And well done, Kiwior there. Didn't let Wissa have the free cross. Yeah, I'd be looking to take Rice off the field as well. 18. And is that Thomas Partey down now? So Partey down. Looks like a problem with his left calf, maybe, but he's walking off okay. Looks like he's walking off okay. But with Thomas Partey, you never can tell. He's all smiles. Let's just see if there's any ice going onto his calf. Garfield saying Partey kicked that ball like the cat. It was a good first time finish. The keeper didn't have time to get set. And Saliba striding into 25 yards out from the Brentford goal. He's done a lot of that today, Saliba. And it's with Odegaard to Skelly to Jorginho. You should be having a shot from there, mate. And Martinelli, who I don't even know what Martinelli tried to do there, man. He tried to dribble it. He didn't even take the ball with him. This guy, man, he's so into the last 20 minutes plus time added on. Arsenal so far very comfortable for the 1-0 lead. And lovely header from Kiwior there. He's growing in confidence with every second. Jorginho receives it from David Raya. Plays it back to Raya. Raya this time sends it long, and that's out of play. Arsenal, and here come Brentford again. Well played, Lewis Skelly. Martinelli looks absolutely shattered. He's just put in some major 50-yard sprint to get the other side of Lewis Skelly there. Yeah, Brentford are a hard team to play against, Garfield. They're not easy opposition. They very rarely get battered. They play in a way that really stops them from opening up. So they're quite happy to sit in for the whole game and just try to take something on the break or from a set piece. So it's always important against a team like Brentford that you don't let them get the first goal, because that just makes it even harder for you. Well played, Kiwior. Nice pass through the lines there to Jorginho, who feeds Bukayo Saka. Done a bit too much there, Saka. Should have released that. And now the break is on with Abumo. And Lewis Skelly stops it from going out. So it's a Brentford corner. To be fair, I mean, this corner could have been averted, but Jorginho tried to really control the ball when he really should have just kicked it out for a throw before Brentford broke. And the corner will be taken by Mbumo. It's headed out by Rice. Back to Mbumo. Where's the Martinelli? You just give up running there, mate. And it's crossed to the far post. And it's Johan Wissa turns and screws it into the net. But to be fair, Martinelli has given up running there. And the cross to the far post, it's headed back inside. And Wissa, very clever goal with a shot on the turn. And it's 1-1. Poor goal to give away from Arsenal there. But Martinelli, I said a couple of seconds ago, he looked absolutely shattered. And when the ball was played in behind Miles Lewis Skelly, Martinelli had stopped his run. We see it again. Rice heads clear. There is zero danger at this point. Martinelli's too busy tussling, and he doesn't follow the run. And Saliba gets beaten air, and it's a very clever turn and finish from Johan Wissa. But to be fair, Arsenal had enough players there to deal with it. The header back in, and it's a lovely hook, and Raya just can't get anything to it. So 1-1, Arsenal have to go again. Can we find another goal? Shame there. That's Brentford's first real opportunity to strike a goal, and they've scored from it. But I mean, Martinelli's busy having tussles with. Martinelli's got. Saka has got to shoot there. As soon as he nicks it off Fleckham's foot, he's got to shoot for goal. He doesn't need them other touches. With that left foot from there, you should be scoring. Or you should be getting a shot away on target. He nicks the ball off Fleckham. That's the touch. And he's crowded out. So Trossard will take this corner. "15 minutes left plus injury time." And Jorginho shoots high and wide. Here come Brentford again. Odegaard wins it back, then loses it, and after getting back again, Marino is fouled by Yarmolenko, and he receives the yellow card. Nice bit of footwork there for Marino, faking the pass. and he has his shin clipped. Still no real urgency from Arsenal. Brentford still not really pressing. Arsenal can happily knock the ball about. Can we find that one piece of magic to put us back into the lead? Martinelli looks absolutely shattered. So a chance there for Arsenal. Lovely take out of the sky by Odegaard. He feeds Saka. And again, Brentford throwing bodies in front of the ball to stop the shot from going towards their goal. It's something they do extremely well. And then the ball's fed out to Martinelli, who falls over, trying to sort out his feet. And then he commits the foul, and it's a free kick to Brentford. Into the last 10 minutes. And Brentford send it long. Good header from Timber. And it's a throw to Brentford. So an Arsenal free kick for Brentford offside. In the time remaining, can we produce something to get this game won? So Lewis Skelly cuts inside and he's brought down. It's with Saliba. Arsenal have the throw. Jorginho looks like he's struggling with a knock. It's with Trossard to Jorginho, back to Trossard, and the ball to Martinelli was terrible, and it's out of play for a Brentford throw. Martinelli doesn't look like he has anything left to give in this game. So Jorginho is down again, and looks like he is ready to leave the field. Don't look like he can breathe. I say the draw, Garfield, is obviously not what you want. You want to go and try and win every game, but listen, at this stage of the season, Arsenal have got much bigger things to worry about than drawing against Brentford. The main thing from this game is that everyone gets through it with no injuries. I think we've seen Partey go off. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Also, Arsenal have made all 5 substitutions, so Jorginho can't even be withdrawn. So he'll have to soldier on. Players taking on refreshments. Jorginho looks like he can't even walk. We have to put Jorginho in goal, mate. Play Raya out on pitch. Yeah, Jorginho's gone off and he's gone down the tunnel. So Arsenal will finish the game with 10 men. Yeah, Emerson saying he has a rib injury. I think it was from the fall as he got nudged by Brumo in the air. So Arsenal will finish the game with 10 men. So a great chance for Brentford now in the remaining time to gain a victory here. So Rare with the goal kick, pumps it long. Marino wins the flick on, and there's no one there. And Martinelli again takes another battering from these defenders. So Garfield saying Liverpool lose 2 and you lose 3. What if? Whatever's going to be is going to be, Garfield, isn't it? It's the story of our season, mate. Lovely cross in, and Marino's header is wide of the target, and it's a goal kick to Brentford. Beautiful, lovely cross in there, and Marino gets his head to it, and unfortunately he can't get it on target. So now Brentford showing a bit of urgency because they know that they're playing against 10 men. And Arsenal force them all the way back to their goalkeeper. And they smash it long. It's Mbumo against Skelly. Skelly holds him up. He finds Visser. So there is 6 minutes added on. Can Arsenal find something inside these last 6 minutes? No, I'm not watching the Madrid game tomorrow, Garfield. I doubt that we'll do a watch along for that, but we will definitely be doing a watch along for Wednesday. You're banned from the watch along on Wednesday, Garfield. No cats allowed. It's across from Mbumo and it's out for a goal kick. So 2 minutes of the 6 added on have been played. Yeah, so excuse me. So Apollo saying if the title wasn't over before today, it is definitely is now. We've put Liverpool under no pressure at all. Man City would have never done that chasing Arsenal. Yeah, it's been a performance within themselves today. There, we've created opportunities, but haven't been able to take them. And again, it just shows what we're really missing in this game, in this team. Oh, so poor Odegaard. Yeah, I agree with you there, Apollo. The main thing for me today was to get through it without any injuries, hopefully pick up a win. And here comes Saka, and again the cross is cut out at the near post. These little flicks, man. It's with Martinelli. What this guy? And it's such a poor attempt from Kivior. Oh, Martin, what are you doing with your life? And it's well cut out from Miles Lewis Skelly there. So literally 2 minutes left. It's looking highly unlikely that there will be a winner in this game. Someone take a shot, man. Someone do something. Brentford blocked the ball so well. So into the last minute, Martin Odegaard picks up a yellow card. I wouldn't say fair result, Garfield. I think we've done more than enough to win to get a victory here. We've just been let down in the final third. And then we concede a somewhat sloppy goal. But hey ho, it is what it is. I say we've got a bigger fish to fry midweek, and I'm more worried that people come out here with no injuries, and we go to Madrid with a fully fit squad. And here come Arsenal again with Martinelli. Oh, and it almost came off the Brentford defender into his own goal. Well done, Kiwior. Excellent challenge by Kiwior there. And he feeds Saliba, who feeds Odegaard. Oh, and Saka puts one just past the post. And that is full time, guys. It's Arsenal 1, Brentford 1. Disappointing end to the game. I thought Arsenal done more than enough to take a victory there. There was numerous changes made by Arteta, which probably didn't help the fluidity of the team, but those changes needed to be made. Arsenal taking the lead for a brilliant breakaway goal from Thomas Partey. Lovely claim from David Raya, and the quick release to Declan Rice, who fully sprinted 65 yards to feed Thomas Partey to smash Arsenal in front. Then Arsenal conceded a somewhat sloppy goal to Brentford. Martinelli failed to run with the man. The cross to the far post was nodded back, and Wissa scored with a good goal on the turn. Good finish on the turn. Arsenal played the last 15 minutes with 10 men. After making all 5 substitutions, Jorginho had to withdraw with a rib injury. So the game has ended 1-1. Thomas Partey looks okay, but I just hope that he's okay for Madrid. He went up with a little knock. But again, this is another result that hurts us when we should really be winning these type of games, and it's not the first time this season it's happened. Mr. Cox, welcome.
How you doing, Gaz?
I'm all right, mate. I'm okay.
Yeah, sir, I couldn't join you, mate.
Yeah.
Ended up in a family meeting. But yeah, been a interesting game when I joined it. Yeah, 2 points dropped, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I'm not really worried. I kind of feel like when Arsenal are on their mettle and they need it, they'll get what they need from what they've got to get. Yeah, it's disappointing, but the more important game is Wednesday night. So
That's it, mate.
let's get to that without the injuries. Hopefully, Jorginho comes back and he's able to contribute. I mean, even if he doesn't come on, the important thing for Jorginho is, he has to be there as a backup in case of an injury. Um, but yeah, no, good minutes for players. Interesting, Sterling didn't get a run out.
Yeah, I mean, Martinelli was really struggling in that game towards the last sort
Yeah.
of 20 odd minutes. And I say for the Brentford goal, he's having a tussle with one of the Brentford players. And then instead of when the ball's played in behind his skinny, he just threw his arms up in the air and stopped running. So
Yeah.
disappointing there because normally he would have been there covering.
Mm.
You know,
Start at 7:30 over on Sports Extras.
Yeah, so it's you know it's that bit of the season now where you're just like, can we get through to the end without losing any more players? Can we get the performances in the games that really matter? Um, it's going to be
I think
tough,
the
isn't
thing
it?
is, still being in such a strong position for the Madrid return leg. I think it was wise today to rest some players. Kyrgios got
Absolutely.
a full 90 minutes in a partnership with Saliba. That they wasn't really troubled in the game.
Yeah.
So that, and he seemed to be growing in confidence with every touch that he took. Um, Saka got another 20 minutes under his belt, and we'll
Mm.
start midweek. Odegaard was literally fully rested. We just
Oh,
have to
let's
hope.
talk. Let's talk about the Saka decision not to shoot when he robbed the goalkeeper. I'm like, literally,
Yeah,
how do you?
you understand the first touch, but then the second one has got to go towards goal. There was,
Have to. Have to
but
shoot.
I think he'd only just come into the game at that. He'd only been on for a couple of minutes,
Yeah,
but
you
he robbed
just
the
know
keeper.
you don't get a lot of time in the Premier. Those guys are really quick. They'll shut you down in a second. So you literally, as soon as you get on, it's got to be on site, isn't it? See, you get an opportunity, on site, bang. What's the worst that could happen? A clearance off the line and it ricochets into some other Arsenal attacker coming in and catching the rebound. But
I
you've
mean,
got to
like
shoot.
today, there were so many opportunities where the balls got played in, and no one is in the position where I feel they should be.
Mm.
Martinelli was the main culprit a couple of times today. He's way outside the back post.
The hell, I
There
know.
was one of the defender clears. If he's on his metal there and he gets in front of the defender, he's got an opportunity of either winning a penalty because he's coming from the blind side of the defender or scoring a goal. So it is what it is. We didn't lose. We nick another point off of Liverpool. Should have really been 3. But listen, the league for me, I can't see Liverpool losing many games. They've got Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal to play, which they could lose all 3 of them. But it's just, can we take advantage? And in games like this is where you need to literally get all 3 points to take advantage in case Liverpool slip. And unfortunately, we wasn't able to do that today. But Brentford are a tricky customer. They very rarely get whacked. They defend with so many men behind the ball, and they're difficult to play against. So, all in all, with Wednesday on the horizon, in 4 days we play probably our biggest game in the last few years when we have a real chance to make the semi-finals of the Champions League. So for me, that takes precedent over this Premier League now, being so far behind Liverpool. Yes, it would have been nice to win in case Liverpool slip up, but I can't see that happening. And 11 points is, that's 4 games. So that only leaves the last 2 games of the season for us to even get close to Liverpool. So going into the chat, Garfield is saying 5 draws is not good enough. Yeah, well, United would take them 5 draws though, Garfield, wouldn't they? Instead of all the losses they've had. Garfield always also saying Arteta smokescreen tactics. He's trying to make Real Madrid feel confident. He's also asking Tony how dessert was. And then he's also saying we're 100% losing Wednesday, which he also said on Tuesday. And Arsenal prevailed 3-0. So if we listen to what Garfield says, Arsenal will probably win 5-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. So I'm going to end things here on a somewhat disappointing day for Arsenal in the Premier League, where we wasn't able to overcome Brentford. Arsenal went 1-0 up for a very good breakaway goal. Lovely claim and distribution by David Raya. Rice sprinting 65 yards. And who was on his right-hand shoulder? Mr. Thomas Partey to slam the ball home. Unfortunately, we couldn't hold on to the lead and conceded to Brentford with 15 minutes left. Arsenal played the last 10 minutes with 10 men after Jorginho was forced off with an injury. So we hope he's okay. We hope Thomas Partey's okay. And generally, the whole squad is in a healthy position to go to Madrid on Wednesday, where we hold a 3-0 lead and hopefully can progress to the semi-finals of the Champions League this season. So thank you all for joining us. Arsenal 1, Brentford 1 was the final result. And we will see you all on Wednesday. Thanks, Gooners. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And come on, you Gunners.